name is Jane Gomez, and I am here on behalf of My Gambia to interview this amazing young man with big dreams. So thank you for obliging us the opportunity to interview you and to learn more about what you do. But first of all, before we go further into the interview proper, we want us to tell us who you are and what you do as an individual.
My name is Alhaji Ndaw. I'm a social entrepreneur, a child and youth activist with a great passion for unlocking the potentials of young people through education and community development. As a result, I founded the Inspiring Youngsters Organization, an organization with a focus to find, create, and support educational opportunities for young people through establishing libraries, through establishing community programs, as well as empowering children and youths. So in the process, we established the Inspiring Youngsters organization, and which also led to the founding of the Inspiring Youngsters Community Library, a safe haven for children and youths, providing 24 hours library service. I think it's one of those organizations, or it might be the only library that is running in this country for 25 hours.
So tell us why and when did you find this library?
Over the past years, back in 2014, I have been working and supporting the children through home studies. And then I find out that the rate at which students are failing was really alarming in the community. And then I deemed it necessary to create something that will actually help to reduce that. Parents in the community, most of them are illiterates, and there is a high number of parents who are not able to support their children. That is one reason. And another one is also the education system and the home system are not compatible. So you will find out that our home settings is not conducive enough for children to learn and develop. So as a result, I began working on creating something for the children and the youths in the community. So when that happens, I then had plans to call some friends, and one of them was Alpha, whom I started working, creating the constitution and finding the perfect name for the Inspiring Youngsters organization, which took me a lot of time because I didn't have the money, because I was relying on my salary to do most of these things. And then through that process, we started developing the constitution to the extent that we had that name, Inspiring Young Stars. So when we got that name, we said, yes, this was good. Then that was registered in 2016. Then we opened a small library. That was where we started, where you have the block.
Okay.
Yeah, so where we started, but over the years we expanded. We introduced more programs, not only to do the library service, but with the children. It was really very interesting and exciting to have a space to learn and develop. So youth and voluntary service started coming in. We started supporting the children on summer programs. Our first summer programs was 2016, which was really very nice. We started doing community sensitization programs. We started doing community events, on the open area where children will be doing drama programs, poetry, and that was really very good. In the process, we established the IG Stars, that is the Inspiring Girl Stars, which was really, really one of the best things that has ever happened to me and also to the youths. Mariama is one of the youths that was really came in through participating and supporting the children.
I've heard so much about you growing up in this program from Alhaji, and you coming back to give back to the program by supporting the younger ones. What would you say in your own words inspires you to come back and give back to the program?
I feel like this organization is like a support to me. It's like everything I needed. They just give me everything. It's like I help young people, like youth leaders, to foster our education and to nurture our harmony. So Inspire Youngsters has been a great institution that help to educate young people to foster their harmony. Inspire Youngsters has been there for us so that we can help young people like to have confidence in them, and then to have confidence in them so that when they stand in public, they will know what to say. Activities like poetry, drama, and etc.
What exactly do you do? Like, can you lay down what you do with the children or with the young people?
It's two of us, me and Catherine. We always help young people that cannot read and write for them to be something else tomorrow. Because as like they said youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow. So we help them. We help them in reading, and sometimes writing.
What is the main focus, mission, or goal of the organization?
The focus and mission of the Inspiring Youngsters organization is fostering education and nurturing harmony. And through that, we build our mission in inspiring a community transformation through education by establishing a literacy center that is a safe haven for the children, through finding programs that suits best the children and to promote literacy in the community, build the confidence of young people so that they become change agents and independent thinkers.
Throughout the interview, you mentioned girls, 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 girls. Is the organization basically set up for girls, or it's for both boys and girls?
It's mainly for both boys and girls, but the core of what we are doing is also centered around girls. Why? Because the girl child needs more support than ever in this country, due to many factors. And looking at the education, the dropout rate of children and girls is really high in the country, and girls are being marginalized a lot. So that is the reason why our programs are more centered in supporting the girls.
How does the library improve lives of youths today, and what do you want to see as a result of the future?
Wow, this library has been so impactful for many children, and I feel really happy deep in my heart knowing that it is serving, and it is serving very well in the community. The children and the youths that have passed through the library over the past years, there has been lots of improvement in terms of their grades and in terms of their passing their exams. Back in 2017, we have all the young people who have been coming regularly on the library and have been studying here have 80% passed on their grade 9 and on their grade 12s, which was not the case before. And in 2018, one of our students, our youth members, took first in their grade in their school, coming out with 8 credits in grade 9.
That's interesting.
And most of our youth leaders now who are going to the university pass through this library, and they used to study here both day and night, 24 hours. There is none of those youths that were coming to the library who have less than 7 credits.
Wow.
So it has been really, really impactful in the life of those children. But looking at the community side, there has been a lot of programs that these young people have been really doing. We did a project called the healthcare event, where we impacted more than 350 people in the community who were having eye problems. With support from a partner organization, we brought in health expert who did the screening and provided free eyeglasses to those parents. So you will find out that our activities are not only limited in the children and the youth, but even to the public and also to their parents. Another impact is the presence of the library in this community, where 90% of the people are vulnerable. This area is centered in the Gambia, where most of the people are poor. So having such a facility that is providing free service with free electricity and also as well as a solar backup, like you can see. These have really impacted the life, and it's a safe haven for a lot of the youths that we are serving here.
Where did the idea of opening the library 24 hours come from?
When we started the library, like I said, the idea first was, okay, let us have a library that will run and support the children for the daytime. But in the process, we actually assessed, just 3 months after, the number of people that are coming to the library was huge and the space was very small. And we have tertiary students who were coming, and we have grade 12 as well as grade 9 who were coming. And then when I looked at this, I had some conversation with some of the youth. They said, we have limited time because 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or even before 8 o'clock, there is no lights. We have to close the library and go home. And then I thought, okay, so what do you want us to do? And some of them suggested that we could even go up to 12 o'clock or even beyond. I told them that I have to safeguard. As the head of the organization, I will talk with the volunteers, with the youth, we see how best this will happen. Now we will provide 24 hours. So when we bring that one day, we are like, wow, this is great. So, and most of them actually were volunteers in the library, so they were very happy. After 1 month, then we had a meeting, and during the course of that meeting, they just said, this is something that is really working for us, and we hope the organization will support this. We provide 24-hour service, knowing very well we are safeguarding. The volunteers would be supervising the library, whilst the students also would be learning.
What are the 3 main activities that happen in the library most?
Students came in and studied their books, that's providing the lateral library service. But the other one also is youth empowerment programs that we're doing on workshop. And this includes evening Saturdays programs where young people, all categories from children, girls and boys, that will all come together every Saturday. We have hard talk, we have poetry, we have drama, we have public speaking. So these are some of the things that we are doing in the library, and that is one of the most empowering moments that we always have during the course. And we would invite, during that program, we will invite people from different backgrounds, from different professional backgrounds to come in to inspire them. So we also have few of our partners from Europe that will be also coming in. We also have mentorship, that is, we have youth leaders program. And that youth leaders program is to equip them in leadership skills so that they will be able to take the organization forward. Because for me, I believe I am actually the founder, but I am not the owner of the organization. It is meant for the community and it is meant for the youth. So it is really crucial that they take that leadership role and eventually run the organization in the long run. Not directly in the library, but it's part of the activities we do is community service. And community service is extremely, really important. In whatever we do, if we don't involve in our community, people will not be enlightened, there will be no change.
Do you guys also do something along the line of career counseling where young people try to find out from a very young age what they aspire to be in the future?
Sometimes we do, but that comes along through the course of the youth empowerment program that we are doing on a regular Saturday. Okay. Sometimes we invite people from different careers back then, and when they come, they share the experiences. For example, if somebody is a policeman, when they come, they talk about that part of, being a police. What does it take for you to become a police, and what are the characteristics and what are the ethics that involves in becoming a police? What do you need?
What can you tell us basically about this library and this program? How often do you come to use it, and what are some of the activities you participate in doing in this library?
Inspiring Youngsters has been a very great organization, and that is offering vast range of services to the community, and especially young and children in the area. And I met the founder years ago, and then who gave me a background of what they are doing, and I was really motivated and inspired as a youngster and a charismatic leader to join them because I feel it is necessary, I deem it fit to join them, because what they are doing is a noble cause and is something very rare, which personally I was not privileged to have when I was at that age and when I was going to school. Being part of the organization is a great honor, and I encourage a lot of people to join because the benefits cannot be overemphasized. And over the years, they have been running a lot of programs, training to raise capacity leaders and build effective youths in the community. And one of the great success and great things I am actually very, very much impressed about this organization is a youth-based organization, and everything they do involves youth and children, and they are building, very effective young leaders, and most of them are in the school system who are also coming back to give in their best by supporting and helping the young ones, giving them training, nurturing them, mentoring them.
What would you say to the young people who haven't gotten the opportunity to be part of the youngsters organization? This is a clarion call, and I guess there is no excuse to joining this organization because they have everything it takes to harness and also develop your potentials, develop you to the right people you are. You have mentoring programs, you have capacity building programs, and you have, the atmosphere is very conducive, and it's a safe haven for children to come and acquire knowledge, study, and you have people, mentors that are here to support them, guide them through their educational career and everything they need. How did the community accept the library at the beginning, and how do they see it now?
I would say at the beginning, we have few of the elders who were literate, who actually were informed. And when we opened, we even involved elders of the community. They were really amazed with the idea. But then few of the parents were saying, library. No, our children have to go and wash bowls.
Exactly. So
in the process, that was like, Sometimes when we are inside, parents will come, Fatmata, come. What happened? So, but in the process, they are seeing the impact that it's making on other children, especially after the first, second years, when they said, okay, how much did this girl have? How much did this boy have? He said, Mohammed Bu became first in the class in their school with grade 8. Parents were like, wow, that boy has been coming every day on the library. So since then, we have seen increase of number. Now the library is even full with people. So what we have to do, now we have to create children's lab where we have tablets and other things. So behind there, that's where most of the children will be going using the tablets, or they are using their books, and then we have access for others to also come in. Like with the strategies we use for other parents, for the adult students to come a bit more late, that allows us to have space for the little ones. But definitely, like I mentioned, this place is not going to be enough in the future to harbor all these students that wants to have that service, because it's a rare service that we are providing across all this area. You will not find a library.
What are the most seen results of your philanthropic efforts so far?
The most seen result is on the youths themselves. Because the way they talk have improved, their public speaking have really improved, and their leadership capacity has improved, and that makes a good leadership. And aside from that, the library here is a physical structure that everybody will see that definitely is making impact. And that is one aspect. And another one also is the healthcare center that we have at the Willingara Community Center. Since our involvement with the healthcare center, we've brought a lot of projects there. And now we have seen that the community and the neighboring villages around have actually embraced the clinic more than ever before. We have more people coming in to attend the health center, which was not the case before 2016. And then we also even have now nurse attendants from Fajikunda now that are regularly coming every week, and more of our mothers and sisters are attending that clinic for nursing.
What are your biggest challenges so far?
Okay, our biggest challenges currently is capacity. Our challenges is we are working with the children to become focal administrator of the organization. Unlike many organizations that is going to actually take adults to run the affairs of the children, but here is the young people themselves who are actually given that leadership responsibility, and that is a challenge for us. And before they get to understand how to operate. And then also we have the challenge for human resources who will take care of the library, because voluntary service alone without incentives is always challenging. Financially, we are at zero, because most of the resources that you are seeing here is either I buy it from my salary, or we have one partner organization that is our sister partner that are giving us resources like books, most of the books that you will see, especially the medical books that we have. But future challenges we have, where this building does not belong to the organization, and it has been given to us to stay, and who knows, one day they might come to say we need the space, and then that becomes a big problem if we do not have
your own space.
Our own space. So this is a challenge for me, and also for the organization, and even for the children.
What is the future of the Inspiring Youngsters?
We hope the organization can impact more life through one, having a land of its own where it can start to work in progress, and two is to have mobile library that can reach out to every corner in this country. When I said mobile library, not only to put books in the car and go with it, but to have a modern digital mobile library that comes with books and computers that can go in every corner of this country to stay for 1 or 2 weeks to work with children, to inspire them. But another aspect also that we hope in the short term, within the 5 years, is to create the Inspiring Youngsters book library clubs in every community. But also, we had a project that is happening at the medical center in Banjul at with the medical school, and Musa is our Secretary General.
How the medical program actually runs, and how does it help medical students?
Yeah, the program started since 2017 when we once had a meeting with one of our friends, Odiri. Then when she realized that we are medical students and we are also part of this library, then she asked us about the difficulties we normally have in medical school. Then from there we have a little discussion with her. Then she promised to provide medical books for us. Then we can start something with the medical student that can be helpful. Then later she sent us medical books with some partnership with some organization in UK. Then when the medical books arrived here, then what we did was we divide the medical books. So we left some in this library so that when I'm around, he's around, and any of the medical students around this committee can come to the library and read the books. And we took some of the books to Banjul for medical students that are at the dormitory so that they can also utilize the book. Then we also created a medical page WhatsApp, and we also created another one Facebook. There we normally send them most of our activities and some of the medical related activities we normally have in this library. Some of the students that are aspiring to be medical students in senior school and junior school, we normally advise them the things that is ahead of them when you want to study medicine.
For the longest time, in 10 years' time, we hope to see the Inspiring Youngsters to create one of the biggest library in the country that every sector can visit, but then also to be used as a source of museum where you can find all types of books. as well as where you can have all types of ground activities where children can play to learn with technology, with games as well, because they are powerful. And we hope that with support from partners, you will definitely have one of the centers in Africa that we can all be proud of.
How can people get involved in all of these projects and dreams?
If you want to support us and if you want to be involved in the project, contact us via social media or via our telephone lines. You can support us through our child sponsorship programs that we are working on this year. We want to support at least 100 children if we can before 2023. Another aspect also is if you want to help us to have a land that will sustain our work. You could support us also in structures once we get the land in the long-term process. We also want capacity development programs and partnership for all people from all walks of life, from government, institutions, from NGOs, from philanthropists, anybody who can support us, we are really open for that. But also, what we want also to resource this center with computers, with better bookshelves, as well as with good books and resources, with internet connection as well, because most of our students also, they are all from the poor background. So supporting us to have good internet facility here would be perfect for them.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alaji. We're really grateful to have you in this interview today, and we hope that as many as have heard this message will be able to come out. Even if you don't have the finances to support, being present here, talking to the young people and inspiring them would go a long way in developing who they are and the characters. So thank you very much, Mr. Alaji, and we hope to see more inspiring youngsters within the community and around the globe.